Hello, survivors. The world of Zealand, Las Vegas is dark, brutal, and unforgiving as it is set during the zombie apocalypse that threatens to wipe out the human race. The content will be graphic and violent in nature, so be prepared. We return now to Zealand, Las Vegas to see how our group of survivors faces this dark new existence. Hello, survivors, and welcome back to Zealand, Las Vegas. I am joined by Mitch.
Hello.
Chloe.
Hi.
Jesse.
What's up?
Gabe.
Hello.
And Colin.
Greetings.
Still doesn't look like Matt's going to be able to join us tonight, but he's here in spirit with his Hello Kitty backpack and his full trilogy of Twilight. So, when we last left off, our group had hit up the fire department building, fire station, next to the library, and acquired a Mustang, much to Colin's delight, instead of a Toyota. He's super excited about that. And they were able to find on the janitor's key ring, the door opened in the front. Mitch and Gabe have started to open those doors. They're about halfway up now. On the left-hand side, they have an ambulance, which Chloe found was fully stocked, ready for the next medical emergency. To the right-hand side is a hook and ladder truck. Jesse found the keys to that. Chloe has the keys to the ambulance. Left-hand side of the garage is all tools. Right-hand side is supplies, ladders, hoses, that type of thing. So in between sessions, an ice cube ninja kicks me in the tonsil, so I'm still dealing with that. I failed to dodge that ice cube. Jesse went exploring, found 2 locked doors in a janitor's closet with no janitor zombie. Much to his dismay, he was hoping to kill more janitors. Then, hey, maybe the janitor keyring has this door, and him and Chloe went to open it, and the second they did, a shotgun blast rang out, shredding the door just above their head. They found the dispatch room earlier. In this one, they found a survivor. Very panicked, obviously shot the first noise that came to her. Behind them, they saw the body of a deceased elderly woman, and the rest of the group had started to make their way in when Colin and Matt saw 3 shuffling zombies, or figures, coming towards them from this area down here. They had seen movement here earlier on this street, and now they see distinct 3 figures moving their way after that shotgun blast rang out. Mitch was making his way back in. Gabe was continuing to try to get the door open in front of the fire truck. And that's where we're going to pick it back up. So we'll start with Jesse and Chloe. You see, again, standing before you, you see a middle-aged woman. She has a shotgun in her hand. It's kind of resting against the floor, but it's not like this. It's more like she drug it. She has kind of like a panicked look in her face, very disheveled. Her hair is kind of all crazy looking, and she just looks like wide-eyed, just scared. She's in front of you.
Calm down. I mean, I understand the fear. Pretty spooked with that shot, but we're not here to hurt. Just put the shotgun down. Come out of the room. We can talk.
I can't leave the room. I can't leave the room. My husband told me to stay here with his mom and the kids, and he went for supplies. He never came back.
Can I hear this from where I am?
Not yet. This is just a kind of a quiet conversation. Mitch, you can hear it. It's you don't see her, but you hear her voice coming out of the room. You see them still with like their hands up. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna shoot you. I'm sorry. It's
fine. It's fine. Panic moment, understandable. So yeah, zombies. Been a few.
Oh my God! I had to shoot her, and again, on the floor behind you, you see a body with like a giant gaping, like it's not a slug, but it looks pretty nasty. Like she point blank shot her mother-in-law, which a lot of people have probably dreamed about. Not me. I wouldn't mind.
Liar.
And she has a subscriber. It's okay. Gaping chest wound, and you see just blood, a pool of blood on the floor. And you see, looking at her, you see splash back on her. You see speckles of blood, none on her face, just kind of dotting her shirt.
Yeah, I wonder was like how long ago?
Last night. She was sick. We came in here. He went out to get medical supplies. It looks like she was in a coma, and all of a sudden, she just leapt up and started screaming and ran at me. Just started like she tried to choke me, and all I could do, I didn't even think. I just put the shotgun up to her chest and pulled the trigger.
She was screaming.
She was screaming.
I know that was pretty hard for you to do. Probably for the best. I don't think you need to be around that body right now.
It might come back.
And her eyes just like get just
Way-
way bigger.
I'm like,
What?
genuinely
Come
back
back.
away. Let's lock the door.
Hold on, and she turns and she drops the shotgun and she runs back into the room, and you hear like a cabinet opening, and she comes back out with like twins, but one's a boy, one's a girl.
Mm.
They look 7 or 8 years old, and they're terrified looking.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the shotgun, like not like if I'm gonna aim at her, I'm just gonna like one-handed, you know.
As soon as I see Jesse picking up the shotgun, I'll put the 9mm away.
And again, you hear this whole conversation, and you hear.
Right, and I'm approaching.
So at this point, you've made it to where Mitch is, and
Cool.
Matt's right behind you. Gabe, what are you doing? Are you still raising the door? You saw
I
Mitch.
can't see through the.
Okay, you saw Mitch hook his. So on the way to the door, do you say anything to Gabe?
We got company.
Yeah.
We got company, 3 bodies.
Matt, on the way in, Matt stopped and kicked the rock out of the way and pulled the door shut
Did
behind
they say they were screaming? Did we hear them saying, like the zombies, did we hear, like, were they moving fast or were they
slow. They were
were
slow,
slow?
shuffling them.
So, three slow movers.
So
Or 3
Matt,
shufflers.
Matt kicked the door shut, but each of the garage doors about halfway open. And Gabe you said you're
Not slowly, but just going back
you're-
down.
you put it back down with a quickness. Because I mean, the faster you move on the chain, the faster it closes. That's
Yeah.
how they run.
Not to make more noise, but faster than it would take for them to get here and
Okay.
get under.
So you're lowering yours back down. You say this to him as you're going by, and then you make it to Mitch.
Yep, tell him the same thing, and then I take my paracord out of my backpack so that I can set some kind of tripping booby trap in front of any of the doors, so if something does manage to open it or crash through it, they're more likely to end up face down and somebody can hatchet them in the back of the head.
Okay. So he relays the information to you that you got company.
As soon as I reach them, I'm kind of like grab them on the arm and kind of like looking at it, and I peek into the room.
So you see a middle-aged woman, a little taller than Chloe. She has some blood splattering across her shirt. She has like a white blouse on, some blood splatter, not a ton, but speckles kind of dotting her. And she has like a kid underneath each arm, a boy and a girl. Looks to be about 7 or 8 years old. And behind her, you see on the ground an older woman, not Ruth. Still not Ruth.
What the hell is going on?
Get your money ready, just in case.
I'll put away the kendo and I'll pull out the knife.
Okay.
I'm just gonna wave the family, like go to the next room.
Okay.
We might need to deal with this.
Okay, so they come out in the hallway.
What about? And I'll look at the woman.
She shot at us. She was scared.
All right, who's down on the floor? Like,
Apparently, that's her mother-in-law. She shot her because she turned, but there's still a chance of her being slow, kind.
She screamed at her. She
She
shot her,
screamed at her. She shot her.
and that's it.
But that's it.
I
The
can
head's fine.
And she's like just
I can
If
trust
you-
you
if you-
to
if you-
take care of that. I need to talk to this woman here.
like if you've ever seen someone that's panicked, like her eyes are like darting all over the place. She's not in shock, but it's bad. Like just
There's light in this hallway, right?
some. It's not from like a light being turned on, but there's light coming in from the door to the other end. Yes.
I'll pull out the flashlight on my. I guess I didn't grab any of the lights out of it, so on my phone. If you two want to go double check that body, I need to check these 3.
And she's like, what do you mean? Check for what?
Did it touch you?
She tried to grab me. She grabbed me around the neck. She was trying to choke me, and I just panicked, and I had a shotgun. My husband told me just guard the kids, and
I'll
You know what I was doing.
hold the knife up and away, and I'll kind of like gesture her a little bit to lean towards me, and I'll put the flashlight on her neck.
Alright, so give me investigate plus 30.
Plus 30.
Mm-hmm.
I'll re-roll. Okay. 57.
So you see, she said that she shot her kind of like the prior night. In that time, bruising is set in. And you see like distinct like handprints,
Right.
like a thumb, and you see the 4 fingers, and it's like, it's crazy, like painted on her neck.
Right.
But you don't see any scratches. You don't see any breaks in skin, just bruising.
It didn't touch the kids.
I hit him afterwards. Like, I was up, I was watching, I dozed off, I had the shotgun. She started screaming.
How old are the kids?
Micah, they're both 7. Micah's 7, Julia is 7. Did
The lady touch either of you two?
and the kids just, they're not saying anything, they just woke up, and again, wide-eyed, not as panicked as the mom, but they were, you didn't see it, but they were hiding in the cabin. The mom was stuffed in the cabin.
I'll kind of like kneel down a little bit, and I'll put the knife away.
Like for the best.
Hey, I know this is scary. Trust me, we're just as scared as you guys.
Just gonna whisper. He's
So the little girl, she looks at me and she's, you see my dad? He went to get supplies for grandma.
That's sort of what we're doing. We're checking around and seeing who's around. We actually know of a place, and I'll kind of look up at her as I'm kind of leaning down at the kids. We know a place that has a good number of people, supplies, and defenses, as well as military personnel. And I'd be happy to tell you where that is. But I need you two to be completely 100% sure. Your grandmother didn't touch you at all.
No, we woke up. We heard the shotgun, and the little boy kind of not shrugs his mom's arm off, but he steps forward. He's like, "We're good." I don't know what happened, but we heard the gunshot. We woke up and we saw grandma on the ground, and her mom told us that she was sick and that it was an accident. Our dad went to get medicine. He said that he couldn't find what he needed in the ambulance.
Okay.
He said he was going to go to the other fire building
Okay.
where he works.
We're gonna go check their necks right now. Grandma was very sick, and there are a couple more sick people coming.
And at that, like the mom grabs her son and pulls them both in, and she's like,
Calm down. My friends are in there checking your grandmother right now to make sure everything's okay. The 3 coming aren't going to scream at you. They're very slow, but they're still sick. They cannot touch you at all, okay?
and the little boy says, "You said zombies," and he looks at you. Are these zombies? Zombies are real? Like I've played games. I've played games with these.
Yeah.
They're real.
just there's you get the door like it's like sliding away.
They're not exactly like that. We're not going to find any Pack-a-Punch, unfortunately. Though that would be pretty cool, huh?
Real.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's just like, yeah.
Maybe we can make something. Right now, I need you 3. Is there another exit?
So there's the fire exit where you see the light coming in, and so you saw the first door to the right. You walking past it. Human nature is you glance through a door. You see an office environment. There's boards on the wall and stuff. It's just an office, as far as you know. And then you went to the second door where Chloe and Jesse were.
Right.
And then down further, you see an open door to the left.
All right. I'm asking the woman, is there another entrance exit?
No, it's just the garage door, the side door, not side or side, the door you guys came through, and the fire exit door.
Okay. Colin, you hear that?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm gonna wander around. I'm gonna set up power cord. Basically, 2, because I have a whole thing of power cord.
Okay.
Because why wouldn't I?
Zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. Each door, I'm gonna put 2 links across. One about 6 inches off the ground, one another 2 feet off the ground.
What are you securing them to?
Sorry.
Just like,
Yeah.
just-
Well, sorry, I'm thinking like warehouse bay doors. There's usually notches in the side of the
Oh,
tracks.
So you're talking about the front, the bay
Yep.
doors. Okay,
I'm doing that to both of those
gotcha.
because I'm going to take one of them down. You know, if we need to get the fire truck out. And is there any sort of anchor points on either side of the actual physical door, like what I snuck through?
No, it's just a door. I mean, it opens. There's like the fire extinguisher that's mandatory for office buildings. But that's more like chest height.
Is it bracketed into the wall?
I mean, what the door?
No, the fire extinguisher. So sometimes they're in boxes, other times it's in
in
a
a
little.
box.
It's in the little buckle bracket.
It's in the box, like the break in case of emergency, which is ironic in a fire department, like of
Yeah.
course. The one place you really probably don't need a fire extinguisher. So for this door, no, and you're at the other end of the hallway, or well, you're closer to the other door, but you see it's much the same. It's just the fire exit door. There's the push bar to get out quickly in case of the fire. But you're able to give me a broadcraft plus 30.
75. I fail.
By how much?
A lot.
What'd you-
97.
Okay. So when you're rolling broadcraft for stuff like this, it's not like you're trying to build something.
Mm-hmm.
I usually use this as how quickly you can do something.
Okay.
So you have enough power because the bay door, you have enough power cord to go. You said 2 layers across one door, but you don't have enough to go from all the way across on one door. So basically, pick which door you want to put the tripwire on. If you want 2, or you can do 1 across each.
One across each.
Okay.
So I just thank you for saying that because I want them to trip, not get literally like jammed up on it.
So you do that probably on the door. My assumption would be the door that Mitch left open.
Yes.
You do that one first, and you see
And it's about 7 inches off the ground.
It's about halfway, so
It's
you're
halfway.
looking at about
so you
probably that's probably about 9 feet.
So you're in front of this door right here.
Mm-hmm.
The door on the left is the mouse.
And if it's halfway for these kind, it's probably about like 9 feet or so.
It's big enough for an ambulance to go through.
Yeah.
And big enough for a fire truck to go through. Which is
And they usually don't open them all the way anyway.
And
Don't need to.
you're at the door and you look out and you see, because initially you saw the shapes about here. They've made it to this part of the road right here. So they're about halfway between where you saw them and where you guys currently are at. And the door's halfway open in front of you. And Gabe, by this point you have yours all but shut. There's maybe 2 feet left because you're moving faster.
I'm also going to motion to whoever wants to stand to either side of that bay door. So in the middle, and then one to the other side with whatever hatchet or bladed weapon or blunted weapon so that
Well-
if something trips over it.
So right now, the only ones in that room with you are Gabe and Matt.
Got it.
Us 3 are in that. I don't know how well you can see the other screen. It's like a 2-piece building. There's like a smaller section attached to the garage.
Got it.
We are in that next section.
Matt,
This-
Matt, go get somebody else to give a hand with our guests.
So sorry, I realized earlier I was on the wrong screen as usual. They saw the zombies down here originally. Colin saw them about here. They're on the road right here, about halfway between. Colin is on the left-hand side, securing the extension, the power cord across it. Jesse and Chloe and Mitch are back in this area. This part is where the dispatch office is. This part is here. This is just another office. You see
Then I would just send Matt to go get one other person so that there can be somebody on either side of that door. If water trips, because if 2 of them trip over, I want something to be able to kill.
So Matt takes off. You're back with the woman.
They were going into the body
Right. So
while I was talking to the woman.
right. So you 2 are heading into the room. And again, you see the body on the ground laying, face up.
Yeah.
Pool of blood spreading behind her. Just this nasty wound. Buckshot to the chest, point blank from a shotgun. Not a massive spread because it was essentially point blank. But there's a pretty gaping hole where her chest used to be.
I don't know if you want to hold her arms and like try to like push her head in. Bushed.
Bushed.
It's like bash and mush at the same time.
Yeah.
Do you want the knife?
Well, what's that gonna do? I can smash it until it's.
Yeah, do you want the shotgun? Smash it. Go down to the shotgun.
No.
So the little girl,
Gross. Let me use the sword.
the little girl turns around. What are you guys doing?
I'm
You're
gonna.
looking away.
Let's move him into the dispatch room.
Okay, because you haven't declared that.
Yeah.
So there's
That's
this.
like what
As
I
soon
like
as she
waking up
starts
and-
like turning her head, that's when I'm like, you know what? If we've got company coming, I don't want you guys to be near this one. Let's get you into this other room. Are there any other rooms in here that you know? Do you have any keys?
Just the janitor's closet down the hall.
All right.
The dispatch office.
Let's get you into the room with the radio. Maybe we can contact the other station. See if there's anyone in there. It's right across the road. Come on in. Let's see if you guys can take care of that. And as soon as I like kind of usher them into the room,
Like thumbs up over.
yeah, I'll look at I'll look at the mom. See if you can get anybody on that dispatch radio.
Okay,
I'm gonna close the door.
I understand. So they're closing that. So back to you two.
Do you want to close the door behind? I don't know. Just,
Oh, gadgets now.
all right, let's go.
I'm not saying this in a loud tone. I'm saying it more quiet. I'm saying it loud to the camera. But
All right, let's go.
So who's doing the pushing?
I'm pushing.
With what?
Before we get like close, I'm just gonna guessing a shotgun is long. We'll see.
Yeah.
Nudge.
So you poke her with it, and there's no response.
All right, I'm still gonna double tap. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can hold one or both of the arms.
Okay. So again, it's an unmoving target. You pin. So how are you positioning yourself? Like
Straddling.
are you kneeling? Like are you kneeling on one arm and reaching across the body?
I guess I'll do the
Straddle.
what is it called? The arm lock. You see like in the UFC.
Okay.
Like they got their arm and like holding my legs, holding their other arm, so that it gives her clear.
Okay. So you're essentially like laying down on
Trying to make a
top of
body
her,
cross.
but like
Yeah.
like across. Okay. No,
Just in case like both like I can't hold both arms. Like I'm gonna be looking at her face, but like you're trying to smash her face. I'm just gonna like do this while you're smashing
I'm
face.
just trying to
layer.
see how you're positioned in case she rolls really poorly.
Or when this woman wakes up and just zombie bites her dick.
No.
That's the worst time
No, no,
to
no.
get bite is a zombie.
So
Not a good way.
I have the arm
You have to amputate.
right here, so it's covering all of this, and I got my legs going over
Yep.
her chest and like holding the other. So I'm
Okay.
just like holding the arm. Like,
I got you.
"Hey, go for it.
So and,
Show you guys later.
and I'm envisioning since you're a full size man, like you probably have your leg like up against underneath her chin.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's pinned essentially.
Yeah.
So if you're going to make an attack, essentially it's going to be plus you have superior position. Since she's grappled, you're over her. She's flying, so it's going to be fight plus 45. And remember, if you add a sigil and it takes over 100, you can't fail. And then anything over 100 gets added to your damage. And you're assuming you're going to aim for the head with your sword, correct?
Yeah.
Or you're using the sword?
The broken.
Sword.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fight, whatever. So fight, if you're going to use a sigil, it'll be fight plus 15. Because it's a negative 10 to roll to aim and literally hit her in the head.
1d plus 35, superior position and flank.
Right. So, sorry. Yes. So the plus 35.
5 plus 35.
And if
What's the
you
mod for?
It'd be a small weapon. It'd be a light weapon.
But what does that do?
Plus 10.
plus then the damage.
The damage.
So really,
Okay.
with fight plus 35, what do you have to roll under? What does that give you? Fight plus 35.
68.
Yeah, 68.
Okay. So if you did want to sigil it, that would take you up to
88.
88 plus 5, so it'd be 93. If you want to sigil it, you don't have to, because that's not going to add any bonus damage. You recall whether you want to roll.
No, I'll just roll.
Okay, so 68. And you're aiming for the head, so no matter what, you're going to hit the head.
Okay.
But it's going to be your, so yeah.
66.
Nice. So you do 76 damage to the head. So An 81 or above is destroyed, the target location destroyed. But since it's unopposed and you're literally just like driving down into it, I'm not going to make you office space this chick like they had to do when you just kept hitting her in the legs at the bottom of the stairs. So you're positioned over her, right to the side. You see Jesse. You make sure you're not going to like stab him in the leg on accident, which would have been hilarious. Like, go get to the ambulance. And so you essentially position the blade like right above the eye. It's going to go straight in, and you just like with all you lay into it with your momentum and your weight, and it just goes in almost like no resistance whatsoever. It just and it hits the ground.
I mean, for the amount of damage I did, I'd also probably say I'm like wiggle.
Yeah, you're probably like sick.
Yeah.
Just like work it around a little bit, like stir that sweet.
Yeah.
So she's definitely more dead than she was
And then
prior.
I'm like,
And there's
I'll peek
gore
my head in.
So when you
You just look at down, laying down, it's just like.
you see Chloe like sword in the stone, pulling this thing out of the woman's eye socket.
I'm gonna go check that side door. I'll be right back.
okay.
So you check the side door.
The one that's on the little office kind of area.
This one right here, or the door to the fire exit. Because remember, we said like there was a door on. Actually, that was back in the day. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So
I misunderstood you then. I thought there were two doors to the little office area.
Sorry. There was the side door to the bay, and then there's the front door which you guys came through. This hallway is the door leading into the hallway, and at the other end there's the fire exit door.
I'll just grab the fire exit, because I'm guessing it's that
It's a
push
push
thing,
bar, yeah.
and I'll just kind of pull it.
It's locked. It's secure.
All I wanted to double check.
Right. All right, so back to Gabe. You finished with the door. Colin, you finished putting up the tripwire along the bottom.
Yes.
And by this time, they are past this tree line right here, and they're proper in the parking lot. And they see you laying this electrical wire, so they've made kind of like you guys have seen a couple of times now. More so almost like a flocking movement, especially with the cars or with the horde. When you first left the apartment, where they kind of make a beeline towards what they feel is prey. You don't get the sense, Colin, that they're moving with like a mentality, more like a predator-prey response. And they seem to be wholly focused on you as the visible thing. Matt, at this point, has made it to you, Mitch. He goes, there's zombie, there's three of them coming.
Mm-hmm.
Colin, he put up a tripwire. He wants us to position ourselves so we can take them out if they come in, or when they come in, if they trip.
All right, let's go.
All right. So he looks around, and he pulls the frying pan from the Hello Kitty backpack. Yes, he's going to use it, hopefully.
All right, let's go, PUBG.
I know, right?
Actually, I have the backpack. Remember I was putting the books in there?
Oh, you have the Hello Kitty. Well, I mean, you guys drove over here. I imagine you would have chucked it back.
Just like shut up.
I mean, it's his duty to have the Hello Kitty backpack.
Sure.
It's canon, and Matt, it's like it's his security blanket.
Can I ask a quick
Yes,
mechanics question?
I can try to answer.
Uh,
I should be able to.
Are you able to take 2 specializations in 1 skill?
Yes. So in one skill, once you get to 50, you get a specialization. Once you get that skill to 60, you get another specialization.
Okay.
So at every 10,
Okay.
you can pick up another specialization.
But that specialization starts at 50.
Yes. Oh, no, sorry. The next one would start at 60
Oh,
because your skill's at 60.
okay. Good to know.
Well, it'd be terrible. It'd be like, oh, my fight's at 50, but my grapple's my fight's at 50, but my grapple's at 60.
Okay.
Math.
Other
My
way around.
fight is at 60, but my new specialization's at 50. It
All
starts off at the 10.
Okay. Good to know.
All right, so what we're going to enter combat pretty soon, and it's going to be the closest people to it would be Colin, Gabe, Matt, and Mitch.
So rushing with Matt, I'll just kind of stop at the door for a split second. Thread the doors, they're here, and I'll just keep going.
So is there anything anyone wants to do? You still have a little bit of time before they're able to shuffle to the door. How do you want to position yourself? Is there anything you want to do between now and then? What weapons are you using?
Quick glance. Is there, I don't even know, any kind of long arm. I don't know what firemen would use.
So there is fuck, I can't remember the name of it. It's
They would have wrecker bars to pry open the
yeah, the
seams.
wrecker bars, but then there's also the it almost looks like a halberd. It's for hang on, give me a second.
Give me that. That's what I was looking for. A
Yeah.
something like that to cut
So-
something from a range.
So you're trying to do this quickly.
Yes.
I'm gonna have you do just flat luck.
It's called a Halligan bar.
Yeah, they're long. They're longer than a crowbar.
It's 24 inches.
It's more like the super crowbar with a good pry bar at the end. It's 24 inches long.
Mitch, if it's a small picture, so you might want to come closer, but it
Okay. And that's
so it's got like a flat bladed fork, looking 2-pronged fork on one end.
okay.
And it's designed for like wedging between doors,
Popping
pry them
doors
open.
Okay.
And the other end has like a little bit of a pickaxe.
I'll look, but that's not.
You can. I mean, it's gonna be quick
They'll be on the truck, like mounted on the
on the
side.
hook and ladder truck. So give me
Yeah.
flat luck because you're trying to do it quickly.
Nope.
So,
Okay. So I'll just pull out the master sword and I'll rush to the
not that there isn't that stuff there, but at a quick glance, you don't see it.
right,
as
but
you
this is
run.
about the same length as
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so you have your. I keep
The
calling
metal
it-
sword, the heavy sword.
I keep calling it the master sword because I grew up playing.
It is. I have a claymore and I have a master sword.
And so you two are still back with Grandma.
I would like to, on Grandma's clothes, wipe my sword on her body with her own body fluids as
We're gonna
much
have to
as I possibly
retape that
can.
soon.
Yeah, just
Because this wrap
I'm already standing up.
So in the room with you, you have whatever armaments you had with you plus the shotgun,
Mhm.
and then migratory dice.
happens.
So you two are in there. You can join the melee, but I would have it if you choose to join it. It'll have you go after like a full round will go through. I'll have you two rejoin at the bottom of the initiative, essentially, like kind of like a Shadowrun. You join the game.
I was actually going to ask, what does this room look like? Since the other one-
This is just office space. You just see like desks, computers, filing cabinets, stuff like that. It doesn't. On quick glance, it doesn't look like anything more than just more administrative area.
I would want to end up joining.
Okay, so you're gonna having Mitch pop by, say, "We got company." You wipe the blade out. You'll start heading out. What's your intent, Jesse?
I'll go ahead and start heading, but I'll close the door.
Okay. So you pull the door closed behind you, and it's unlocked.
Yeah.
She unlocked it, and you unlocked it, and then she shot at you.
Lock it back up just in case.
So Gabe, what's your intent?
I'm gonna go on the side where the chain is for this door,
Mm-hmm.
so when they all trip over,
So you're to this side. Essentially, if you're staring at the front of it, you're to the leftmost side of that door.
yeah. So when they trip over, I close the door on their legs and pull it down as far as it goes and hook it.
Nice. And then Colin.
K-bar.
Matt is going to just essentially be with you. Wherever side you're on, he'll just be with you.
Okay.
With the front.
So I'm K-bar, laid down, hatchet, other hand.
This is the first time you've seen Matt wield the iron frying pan.
Yep.
So they were arming up.
I
in
heard
the
about
bottom.
it.
Yeah, the cast iron frying
It's this
pan.
heavy ass, like
Yep.
he's two-handing this big, like
Literally
Looney Tunes, like pong
You
frying.
gotta fucking two-hand that thing to get.
Mhm.
They're like 30 pounds. It's
I
heavy.
can't clean a cast iron frying pan with holding it with one hand. You have to like brace the other end on the freaking edge of the sink.
And it's like gouging holes in your sink and breaking
Yes.
the countertop.
Otherwise, you're holding it like this, and like after 2 seconds, your hand is like,
Yeah, it's like-
Yes.
fuck.
Yes.
Alright, so as usual, the way combat works here is it's based on athletic score. And it's player character or zombie. And it goes down from best athletic score to least, and they're racked and stacked. Then within the turn order, the players can decide who goes. Let's say Mitch has the best athletic score.
The
he-
meth.
the best. Mike Tyson is narrating this for us, like Morgan Freeman style. The best athletic score, he doesn't necessarily have to go first. Someone else can take that spot. They decide that at the start of each combat turn. So we're going to go ahead and...
Thankfully, the Shamblers typically have really poor athletics.
Yep.
Yes, they do. So I'm assuming everybody has an athletic score higher than 10.
Yes.
So it's going to go there's 4 of you at the door. Sorry, yeah, there's 4 of you at the door right now. So 4 player character spots, then 3 zombies, and then you 2 will join the next round if there's anything left at the end of the 3 zombies. So I'm assuming, again, if there's anything else you want to do before we roll into it, let me know. I'm assuming you guys are stacked up. Gabe, you said you're to the left. Where's everyone else standing? Left or right on that?
Are we talking? So when you're orienting us, are we talking from the outside looking in or inside looking out?
Like this picture, you're to the left of the door.
Okay, cool.
Looking in.
Yep.
I'm going to be in, like, I want them to come towards me, focused on me to trip. So I'm going to stand in front.
So you're standing basically.
A little bit back.
You're up against the ambulance. Like the ambulance is behind you.
Right.
I'm a few feet from this view to the right of him.
So you're
'Cause
also.
they already saw me.
Right.
So
Right. And
So
then,
you 2 are in
Yeah.
front of the ambulance. Matt
Mhm.
will kind of position himself off to the side.
Yep. In between the 2 bay doors. Yep.
And Gabe, you're over here.
did we decide that Matt's was a short range heavy weapon with how heavy that is?
Yes.
Okay.
Short range heavy. So
I think
basically,
it's
like
30 extra damage upon hits.
a club, basically.
yeah,
Like
I mean, because it is.
it's imagine like if you ever play 7 Days to Die, it's like the equivalent of the iron wrapped club. Like it's better than a stick, but it's yeah.
At least the chances of it breaking are honestly pretty low.
You're gonna break some skulls before you
If
break.
it's
a
actual cast iron,
It
it's not breaking.
They showed it is an actual
Yep.
like
Okay,
no
cool.
shit.
Yep.
I think we
Little
have it
house
on one of the episodes where Matt like holds it up to show it, and he's like holds it up, and he's like,
Yeah.
This is one of those like you
Yeah.
yeah.
you have to like get like a running swing.
One of our potato quality videos, yes. All right. So it's going to go all of you, then the zombies.
Okay.
But I'm going to assume the intent is to let them come to you.
Yeah.
Alright. So I'm going to roll athletics for all 3 zombies to see if they can accidentally step over this court. I have to beat a 10 for all 3 of them.
It's crazy. I rolled all ones.
So no, you don't. I rolled 2 82s and a 92.
Beautiful.
So as you and now you can
Man, you couldn't roll that well in D&D if your life depended on it.
now with stones. If I was trying to make them jump over it, absolutely not. So as you get closer, Colin, you haven't really seen the slow ones yet. Like the only encounter you had was with a fast one, and it was streaming. These ones are doing the more like they're not.
I've seen enough. I've seen enough.
You've seen The Walking Dead. All these things exist.
I hate that show, but yes.
You've seen enough zombie movies.
They're Day of the Dead, not Dawn of the Dead.
They're not World War Z like Olympic zombies.
I was just gonna say that's what I fought.
Well, yeah, you fought like the Hussein Bolt zombies.
I already fought the World War Z zombie.
So you hear them before. I mean, you can hear them shuffling through the across the parking lot, and you hear, and you see them coming at you, especially you 2 because you're standing in front of the ambulance. Gabe, are you like tucked away, or are you also looking?
Tucked away.
Okay, so same as Matt. Yeah, you see Matt, like he's got the frying pan ready to like 3 Stooges zombie, just in case. And sure as shit, one by one they hit that cord, and the first topples and the second topples, not necessarily on top of it. The third kind of falls over the top of the legs of the first one. They're all prone in front of you. So then we're starting over. So it's all 3 player character turns, 3 zombie turns. No, sorry, 4 player character turns, 3 zombies, then you 2. So who wants to take the first line?
Go
I
ahead.
think Gabe kind of had the held action to like drop the door.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. Do that first.
Instead of, if I see you dropping it, I'll say grab the chain to pull it down and just put your weight onto it. Don't hook
That's
it.
what I'm gonna do.
Don't hook it. Hooking it, they'll be able to move it.
Well, that's why I was gonna pull down as far as it would go and then hook it there because it's gonna hold it at that position. I've dealt with the bay doors.
That was
they scrunch
That was
down
your
and
intent. That you had declared that that's what you were gonna do. So you see them all like 1, 2, 3 hit the ground, and you let go of the chain. You start like fiercely kind of driving it the opposite direction, and the door goes wham! It slams down. It slams down across the third zombie that fell on top of it, and it stops short. So you have two effectively pinned, and one that's under the legs are just shy of being underneath the door. That's your action, and you hook it up. All right, so you still have. I don't know. We'll have Matt go last, essentially. So it's up between Colin and Mitch. Who goes next?
Go ahead.
Of the zombie that isn't really pinned because it's kind of like a little bit more forward.
That would be the one closest to Gabe.
And he is which side? Towards.
So Gabe is over here, Mitch is here, you're over here. In between you two, basically these two fell, and the one is kind of fell across like the legs of the first one. The second zombie to hit the wire is the one that's not pinned, and he's closest to Gabe.
Got it. Okay, so then I'm gonna go for the one that's closest to me.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna hatch it straight down.
Okay, so they're close enough because they fell forward. They're close enough, we'll consider them flanking because you have Mitch next to you. You have superior position because they're grappled and they're on the ground. So it's going to be plus 45, so fight plus 45. And then if you sigil and it takes it over 100, any damage you do, excuse me, is going to be added to it. But since you're aiming, I'm assuming, for the head, yes,
Yeah.
you're going to take a negative 10 to your roll.
I'm just gonna sigil it.
Okay, so it's going to be fight plus 35 plus 25, so fight plus 60.
Fight plus 60. That puts me at 92.
Okay, so you won't get any bonus damage, but you have to roll a 92 or less.
Gotcha. I rolled an 8.
So you do 8 plus the weapon, which is that you use a hatchet?
Yeah, so it's
Sounds
20.
light, right?
A light.
No,
So it's going to
wait.
be
No,
Hatchet's a medium.
Yeah, medium.
Oh, plus 20.
so 28 damage to the head of.
Well, when you rolled an 8, okay, so
Yeah.
that's head.
Well, because he aimed, so he's going to hit the head no matter what.
Right.
So you
Well-
do
Never mind.
what?
Yes.
Remember, so when you're aiming with melee, you're going to aim at wherever you want to hit. You just take a negative 10 to your roll.
Right.
But with shooting, that's when you can adjust it. Because you're aiming and you
Okay.
can adjust
Right.
up to your. So let me break out the cheat sheet. There we go.
And so,
So 28
28
damage.
is a significant.
Why can't I not find that part?
yeah, it's significant.
If I'm looking at the right thing.
Okay, cool.
Yes, 28 is a significant wound to the head of zombie number 3.
Yep.
And that's the one closest to Gabe.
That's one closest to Colin. So
Yeah.
from left to right, zombie 1 is the first one that's in the middle, right in front of you. Zombie 2 fell in front of the closest to Gabe. Zombie 3 fell over zombie 1.
Alright.
So he is zombie 3.
I'm gonna go for 2.
Okay, so
One
you
closest
go.
to Gabe.
Got it. So you're gonna step across. Go ahead and roll me your fight again. It's gonna be plus. I'm assuming you're aiming.
Yeah.
So plus 35 unless you're gonna sigil it.
Plus 35. Alright. I'm just gonna. Let's make 87.
Okay.
41.
All right, so that's a hit.
Yeah.
So it's 41 damage plus.
Plus
did,
the
did
20.
you sigil? I'm sorry.
No.
Okay. So 41 damage plus 20.
Yeah, because it's sword.
Yes.
Sword and hatchet are the same. So 61 damage to the head.
Okay, that's gonna be a grievous wound to the head, and these can take.
I think 2 grievous wounds to the head. And on the third,
Yes.
it's dead.
Yeah, so they can take 2, so they have 1. So zombie 2 has 1 grievous wound. Zombie 3 has 1 significant wound.
And if I have any movement left, I'll step back.
Yep, that's fine.
Out of arm's reach.
Yeah, you can move.
Oh, yeah, I should have done that. I didn't realize I could do that.
Yeah, that's fine. So it's not like D&D where you can move, attack, move.
Okay.
It's more theater of the mind. Like it would make sense that you would run in, hit it. It's still going and you would step in.
Yeah, I don't want to get bit.
Yeah, plus you're not like sprinting across to the other side of the garage.
Hopping back.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so Matt is emboldened by your bravery. He's gonna run in, over the head. Power attack. He's gonna take second wind. He's gonna over the head power attack zombie number 3, the one you've already hit.
Okay.
He will use a sigil.
Not the one closest to him.
That is the one close to him because he was over on this side of the
Okay.
bar. So Matt is.
If he gets his fight up high enough, he should take specialization in frying pan.
Yes.
Specialization cooking weaponry.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be that.
If he has that plus luck in his infection avoidance, maybe we can actually cook them and not get sick from it. You need to find a test dummy.
We've got 2 kids.
Oh, good job, Matt.
You know, I'm glad you said that because I was thinking it earlier and then you brought to say it. But yeah.
So Matt, in typical amazing flying tiger, leaping dragon fashion.
Well, yeah, when he's not here, he's great.
He does so good. He comes in. So Colin, you go in for the stab, or sorry, the hatchet blow, and you cleave into this thing. It's face down. You cleave it. It hits the skull and kind of glances off, like skins off part of the skull, basically.
Okay.
Scalped it. Matt runs in and just smashes down, and all of you hear this like wet crunching noise.
Yep.
And of course, the telltale like whong of a frying pan hitting something. If Looney Tunes have taught us anything, that's what a frying pan sounds like. We might have to like Mythbusters for science this to see what it actually sounds like.
Okay.
It wouldn't actually resonate as much.
Please use
Yeah,
me
it'd be
as
like
a
a-
subject.
It would be more of a thud than
Yeah.
anything. So
But you all hear this sickening, like crunching squelch noise,
Mm-hmm.
and Matt just drives his frying pan down and just caves in this thing's head. It just collapses. Just all like they cut the strings, all the movement's gone from it.
Beautiful.
And then he's like, holy shit! He leaps back out of the way. He's like,
We're never cooking with that thing. Ever.
yeah, this is no longer something you want to make food with.
Just no longer food safe.
I mean, he hit it with the bottom side, right?
Yeah,
That'll all cook off.
I mean, it's cast iron.
Fire and infected blood equals infected vapors.
They didn't cover that in the book. Let's try it.
Right on.
Alright,
We have a
right.
question.
Hard pass.
What would we do? How would you play this? Alright, so that is the 4-player character's turn. Now there's the 2 remaining zombies. So the one underneath is going to try to essentially wriggle free. So Gabe, you just hooked it in. So it's going to do a might check to see if it can pull it or drag itself forward. But it's going to be at a negative since it's already got a body stacked on top of it. That one doesn't count. Okay, it's you see it struggling like it's. So you see it, you two specifically, because it's like right in front of you, Colin and Mitch, and you see it like reach forward and it's trying to like find purchase on the concrete floor. And you see it like tearing its fingernails off as it tries to pull itself forward, but it doesn't actually move. It's just making these like bloody finger trails down the pavement.
I'm into finger painting.
So Gabe, the one closest to you, is going to lunge forward and take a swipe at you. Go ahead and give me or actually, let me see if it's going to hit. It's going to be at a negative because it's hitting. Basically, if it doesn't hit, if I succeed on my roll, you would roll a dodge roll, but you would be at superior position. So I have to see if I hit first. I do not. So you see this thing, and like you're sitting right there, you just let go of the chains, and you're watching it. What weapon do you have out, by the way?
My dagger.
Okay, so you have your dagger. And you just watched Colin cleave into this thing. Matt crushed it like a popping noise from the other one. And you see the one closest to you, like pull forward and almost like push off and reach out and try to rake in a hand, trying to grab your leg. And you just, like you see this, you just kind of lift your leg up.
Nope.
Yeah, you're like, nope, it's bad. So that is that. So, and again, when we're rolling and there's attack and there's defense, you can dodge, you can hit it, you can do, there's multiple different things. Anything you would do in real life to like swat off or dodge an attack. But I have to hit first to see. So if you just want to dodge, since it'd be a little, you could try to kind of stab down if you want to. I just assumed you would dodge.
Stop.
Okay, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like if it's lunging at you, if you wanted to like, if you had a long rope and like bat it in the
We'll get a cane. Use the crooked cane.
Yeah,
Stop.
something like that. All right, so then that is the 3 zombies' turn. So now we're back at the top of the order. We have 4 player characters, 2 zombies, 2 player characters. You two have now arrived. Running from the door, you run towards the middle door. You come around and you see Colin. You saw Matt kind of from where you came in. He's like holding, and you see like this gore dripping from the frying pan. And he's like, holy shit. I'm standing against the door. You don't see these two yet until you run up and you're close to Colin. You see one zombie still on top of another zombie who's like trying to claw its way forward. You see these bloody stumps dragging across the concrete, trying to get at Mitch, trying to get at Colin. And you see one a little further in, but like kind of overreached and hit the ground really close to Gabe. So now you're in the melee. So you all need to decide who's going to win. Because it's 4 player character slots, 2 zombie slots, 2 player character slots.
I'd probably go in for the one that swiped at Gabe again.
Okay, so you're going to go first?
Yeah.
So again, it's going to be plus 45, severe position and flanking.
Alright.
And then if you want to sigil, it would just add to, and if it goes over 100, it would be additional damage.
Right. If you want to aim, it'd be 35.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so minus 10 for aiming for the head.
That puts me at 87 again. So 55. So another grievous wound. So I rolled 33 plus 20. So.
All right, so since you hit, whenever there's melee combat, I can attempt to dodge. And if I fail my dodge, I add to the damage how much I failed by.
Oh.
Its athletics is 10. I rolled a 76. It's a difference of 66 plus your damage already.
So it's 111.
So basically, how do you want to drop the hammer?
I'll probably, so watching him swipe at Gabe, like I'll just run right in, and I'll probably bring the blade down like so, and kind of slide across the ground and just pin the tip to the ground, and just kind of saw it down with the blade to just cut right through the neck if possible.
So absolutely. So Gabe, you see Mitch like sprinting not sprinting. He's like 6 feet away from you, but he leaps into you, and you see him like he like pops the tip into the concrete and goes down like does the hero landing
like the
on
big
one
old
knee.
paper cutters.
Does the hero landing on one knee, which looks awesome, but it's bad on the knees, and just shunk, and you see the head come clean. There's a spray of blood against the wall, like right next to you, and the head rolls forward a little bit, but you look down and the jaws are still snapping. Like, the body stops. The body essentially stops moving. But
I'll reach out and like touch your leg and everything, and look up at you like, you good, you good, you good, you good, you good.
But the head is still like.
Just stick
It's not
that
going
steel
anywhere.
toe shoe right in its mouth.
Like, put ornament for the Mustang.
Fuck
So unless it's a grenade.
So,
See what that
you know, you're into
fingers.
Just one of those like bobblehead things.
The steel toe.
Alright, so there's still 3 more character slots, and then the zombie. So you still have Colin. Matt will go last no matter what.
I'm taking my hatchet to the next one.
Okay, so you still have zombie number 1 essentially,
Yup.
which has to this point not been damaged.
Yep. So so it's fight minus 10 because I'm gonna aim plus what?
35 for flanking, because actually at this point Mitch is off to the side, so you wouldn't get the flanking bonus, but you get superior position because it's on the ground. So it'd be fight plus 30.
Where's
Fight
that at?
plus 30.
Matt is off to the side.
He moved to the one
He moved back.
that's like away from the other two.
So fight plus 30, so that's 62.
Yep.
33.
Nice.
Alright.
Hey, I rolled 33 for mine.
33 plus 20, so 53.
So 53 damage, and this one also attempted to dodge and failed by 63. So you want to drop the hammer.
53. I'm basically just going to like hatchet its skull, and it's just gonna like.
Split the melon. So
Yeah.
you see all this happening. You see Mitch like dismember, decapitate the zombie, and you just run in this fierce, this overhead, just crash.
I think
There's the zombie.
That might be its food.
Take
My
a,
food.
take a quick pause, and then we'll describe how Colin crushes the zombies. All right, got our Postmates on. So as Colin is enjoying his marinara sauce, he's about to make some marinara sauce out of the zombie. He just comes with this mighty overhead cleave of the hatchet, and he just strikes right at pretty much the front of the zombie because it's looking up, swiping off, and he hits it like right here, right in the middle of the forehead. And just as some of you have experienced so far, there's a moment of resistance, and then it cleaves through. Because hatchets are made for splitting wood; like they're geometrically shaped to split things. And he splits right through the skull, right down into the frontal lobe of this thing, and goes. And takes like a feeble swipe at you and just collapses. And pull your hatchet free, and then the silence following the combat settles into the garage.
And Colin enjoys some pizza.
And Gabe unhooks the chain. So the combat has ended. You guys, Chloe and Jesse, getting there right at the tail end.
Can I make a perception check immediately?
Absolutely. What type of perception check? Are you trying to see anything? Because the door's all the way but this far down. Or are you trying to hear it? Or smelling, or tasting?
We're ducking down
Zombie
and looking
outside.
outside.
Well, I mean, you could go prone and look underneath the door too. But you'd be going prone.
Yeah, I'd be doing that.
So you kind of find there's a chunk of clear space in between the zombie that's on top and Mac. So you kind of drop down and look. Give me perception plus 30.
I pass 18.
So 18. From your field of view, you kind of can see again back. She's over here. Let me actually click on Google Maps so you can see the cursor. The eye is good. She's looking out from essentially right here, so this would be her field of view. You can see maybe to like right here down the road before it becomes obscured by trees and whatnot.
Especially for you.
You don't see anything. Looking over here, you don't see anything. This way, you don't see anything. So from your field of view, the swath that you can see, you don't see any movement.
I whisper, I don't think I see anything.
Slowly back up with the door.
I'm gonna stand, kind of grab a rag,
Yeah.
swipe the blade, put the blade away, and I'll just give the head a solid kick out.
Kick it out the door.
Yeah,
So you kick at it, it kind of snaps at your toe a little bit.
steel toe boots. So.
It doesn't clamp on it.
Right.
Just like as your foot's coming towards, so in mechanics, it was a location destroyed.
Right.
But like zombie lore, you gotta destroy the brain. So in the way I'm running it, like you cut the head off, so it's still like, yeah, it's like RuneScape. You know, ever play RuneScape?
Curb stomping is for.
It's the living skull that's like your companion in the start of RuneScape. It's an old RPG, hella hard. Sorry. Or Graveyard Keeper.
I'll go over to the other door and start lifting it, and I'm not being as quiet this time. I want to get these things up.
Okay. So you start pulling it up. You're pulling that one up. Chloe, Jesse, what are you doing? Or Chloe, what are you doing? We'll just kind of go left to right.
Waiting.
All right. So you're just kind of waiting to see what the group is doing.
Yep.
Right. Jesse?
Yeah, pretty much. I just got there and, I guess I'll just go back to the other and see if old lady didn't get back up.
Okay. So you make your way back into the room. You open the door. Still dead.
Okay.
Super dead.
Whenever I get a chance, I'll probably search the area.
Actually, if you want to, go ahead and give me investigate. And what are you? Are you just doing a generic search to see if you find whatever, or are you looking for something specific?
I guess I don't know if it'd be like secret compartments, but see if there's another lock,
Okay.
latch or something.
All right, go ahead. Roll the investigate.
Yeah.
Investigate plus 20. It's just you're taking your time. You need thorough.
That's it. Pass 33.
33. That is a okay success. You did okay. Cool. All right, so you search around, and most of it is just it's things you would typically find in a office, like post-it notes, little like people. It's just like Steve and like a number underneath it. Then you find one desk. Give me an investigate.
So
Sorry, luck. So if you did you take scavenge?
No, I got
Looter.
Is it above the 50 or is that just
It's at 50. Yeah.
okay? So I mean, they're the same thing, but
Yeah.
if your specialization has points in it, it would be going up. So you could roll. They're the same number, but in the future, when you do pump points into that, for this type of thing, you would use scavenge. Anytime you're searching, trying to find stuff, you could use your scavenge specialization.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and do that. Ooh, 20.
20. All right, so you find one desk, and in it there is a set of house keys, and you find a couple bills with an address on it, and you see next to it there is a small, it's a money clip. There's about $35 in there, and then underneath that drawer you open it up and you find a 38.
38.
38 with, it's a revolver. So you find 38 with 6 shots?
Is it a snub nose or a full?
It's like the policeman special, like a 38 snub nose special. Small handheld pistol.
Those things kick like
Wow.
motherfuckers.
6 rounds.
And they're loud.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Like,
that's
holy hella loud.
that's the panic button.
Uh-huh.
So you find a 38 with 6 shots.
Because someone's gonna have to do the panic for entry to hit someone.
That's what you're shooting the propane tank.
And that's it. So everything else pretty much you find in the room is just your typical office stuff.
And how much ammo did I have for the shotgun?
For the shotgun, you haven't looked yet. You know what?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So it's one of those ones you can feed shells into. You can pop them out one by one if you want.
Sure.
All right, so you pop them out. You have 4 shots.
Okay.
And off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you what type of shotgun it is. It's a shotgun. That's right.
Yeah.
Gabe?
Raising up the other gate.
So you're opening up the one in front of the ambulance this time.
Yeah.
Or what, were you doing the ambulance or the fire truck?
He had moved to the ambulance, I think.
Okay, so you're getting the fire truck door.
Yeah, so I want to drop on.
And then Colin?
I'm gonna search the dead zombies, their pockets, and see if there's anything in there.
Okay, give me an investigate. You're just searching them generically for whatever.
Mm-hmm. I did not pass at all.
All right, sorry. And it would have been investigate plus 20 because you're taking your time. Sorry, I forgot to throw that.
Plus 20, I still fail. So I'm gonna sigil.
Okay.
I'm gonna reroll.
It's still a plus 20.
I rolled an 82 and I have a 43.
Right, but I'm saying on the reroll, it's still plus 20. The only time you
Oh,
lose anything at
got it.
reroll is if you sigiled the first roll
Yep.
and then you sigil to reroll. So it's still investigate plus 20.
So it's a 63. And I failed again.
Okay. So you pat them down and you find like,
Pack of gum.
yeah, you find like a wallet, just like $20 inside the wallet. And you find just the normal, like, the one dude has like a Burt's Bees chopstick. The other guy has some Dentine ice. So you gotta keep your breath feeling good in the zombie bubbles. You don't want zombie gum?
Nope.
It looks clean. It's still in the bubble wrap.
Nope. Not good.
Alright, so you do your search of the zombie corpses and you don't really find anything else.
Alright.
So you all have come here. You found some survivors. You found a horde of medical supplies in the form of an ambulance. You found a fire truck, which could have gear. And you know there's another fire station nearby, literally right across the road. You have removed another 3 zombies from the populace of Mount Charleston. And you're experiencing kind of the calm after the storm. You're all coming down from the adrenaline rush. You've all experienced it this time. Each one of you have been in combat in some way, shape, or form. Gabe, this is kind of your first taste of combat.
Shot.
You did shoot a zombie in the eyeball.
This is your first time with melee combat.
This is your first time up close and personal. So actually, with that being said, give me a will check, but plus 40 because you guys came away unscathed.
This is Matt's first real melee combat too.
It is. You are correct. No. He crushed that zombie near the fence.
He was running to
Yeah, man, he did it with
He
fire.
hit it with a shotgun.
Congratulations, you can get under the pressure.
So you see, you're like, ooh, got like the little shakes a little bit, and you didn't have to like kill anything, but something swiped out at you. You were in threat range of a zombie, and you kind of feel like that. Holy shit! And like you looked at Mitch, he rushed in and kind of removed the threat for you, and you looked at your companions, who all rushed towards the danger. Like you have all been able to overcome the fight or flight, realizing that this is the type of scenario where you don't get to sit on the sidelines. And all this kind of washes over you, and you feel this, like at first this panic from the situation, and then like almost a sense of calm, like a sense of security with your companions kind of sets in. And you've all survived yet another encounter with the undead. Potentially any nick, any cut, any bite, any scratch could be fatal for any one of you. And yet again, you've come through unscathed. And that's where we're going to wrap up the second episode of this chapter of Zeal in Las Vegas. As always, I'm joined by Mitch,
Later.
Chloe,
Okay.
Jesse the grandma, or sorry, Chloe the grandma slayer, sorry.
Wow.
Jesse,
Bye.
Gabe,
Later.
and Colin.
We killed a grandma.
You did. She actually was just kind of like, she had allergies. She wasn't a zombie.
I'm cool with that. Some
I know.
people need to die.
It's true. I mean, old
Stress
people
free
are
little
kind of a drain on the system. So. Anyway.
Old people,
I don't wanna get
old people
old.
and children.
Oh, I do want to be old. It's weird.
And on that note, as always,
I want to be that person.
until the next time we meet, stay alive.